Okay, so I'm gonna record this because we were having a conversation, and I thought that we were making like sometimes we just get into the zone, and I really think that it's helpful. It will be helpful for other people, other parents, other young people to just have an insight into this conversation and have more conversations like this at home with your own children. So the first thing was when we were talking about the essay. So to set it up, there was an essay assignment that he had to do, and we were bucking because I was asking him to do the essay. He was not doing the essay. There was like total paralysis. He was discouraged. He didn't want to do it. He just wouldn't do it. I was frustrated, and I think he was having a little bit of like performance anxiety. Like there was a lot of stuff going on.
In the essay itself, it was like I didn't have to.
Okay, so
Not my example will tell you.
Exactly. So we ended up not doing the essay, and then we were talking about, we came up with some solutions as to how we were going to still get the task done. So the ultimate task is just to help him write better essays. So we came up with some solutions for that. But then he came up with a brilliant insight. It really was a brilliant insight to the situation. Go ahead and explain your example.
Okay, so my example was that I played this game on Roblox called Treasure Hunt Simulator, and if you don't have the right equipment and tools, if you find a really like hard, well, like a high rarity chest, it'll take 3,263 hits.
So a lot of hits.
Yeah, to get
more than normal.
Yeah, because you don't have the right equipment and tools. So
you said the same thing about Minecraft.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
So like, if you don't have the right equipment, which in real life would be like knowledge and how to structure a 5-star paragraph, then it would be very difficult to create the paragraph you want that's like a 5-star. So it'd be very difficult if you don't have the right tools. So, like she said, Minecraft, if you have a wooden pickaxe and you try to mine some coal, that will, you will be able to mine coal, but
is it going to be efficient?
Yeah, it'd be efficient to coal, but for iron, if you try to mine iron, then that will not work. You will mine and mine, and when you finally almost break it, you won't get anything because you work too hard.
Exactly. And
you have to mine stone, which might take a little bit, like 5 seconds, and then you make a stone pickaxe, and then it might take a little bit, but you actually get the iron. Then with the iron one, you can mine diamond, and when you get the diamond, you can mine obsidian. Obsidian, that is probably the second hardest mineral. The first one is bedrock. It's bedrock is
solid.
You can't break it with anything unless you're using mods.
So to kind of go back into the real example, whether it's an essay or any other thing,
if you don't have the right tools and equipment, then you will not be able to complete it. And even if you did, you would be way too stressed.
It would be way too stressed. So our challenge, kind of what we came up with is when we face those kind of situations, and I was saying it, that applies to me as a parent. Sometimes you're the treasure, always. And sometimes the situation is I'm not getting through to you, or we're in an impasse, and it becomes difficult. I become frustrated.
And then if you're having a hard time finding the minerals you need, then you might need tips from somebody. Like in Minecraft, you might need to watch a video and you can find where to find iron and coal, which is normally in caves.
You seek professional help. You read a book. You get to learn the treasure. Like,
Yeah, you can read a book to see how the structure is, read a good book.
well, you basically have to find out about the situation. So in life, whether it is an essay or a child or a business, whatever it is, the challenge is when we find ourselves exerting a lot of energy, and we're frustrated to maybe pause, stand back, and ask ourselves, it's not that there's a problem with me, it's not that there's a problem with the treasure, it's that I don't have the right tools, and what I need to do is remove myself from the situation and go get the right tools. And then once I have the right tools, I can come back. Does that sound just about right? I can come back. Once I get the right tool, I can come back and still get the treasure.
Like, if you... If you find diamonds, then you might need to make some torches and put torches around the place so then you will know where it is. And get minerals from another place, and then you can find
come
it
back
again.
So even as you go along, all the tools.
And then for more extreme people, there's emeralds in some Minecraft updates. There's in some there's different kinds of Minecraft virgins, and the version we play now, it doesn't have rubies, but they used to have rubies, and rubies used to be like emerald rare, which emeralds are pretty rare.
But, not to interrupt you, but I think the takeaway is not all the tools are going to even come at once. Sometimes you have to just gather the tools until you have enough tools, and then once you have enough tools, you can go get the treasure chest or mine whatever it is that you're mining. So let's keep it back to something that we can apply to real life.
So also,
like with your essay, or with me, with you, or with anything that we do that's difficult.
For more extreme players that play Minecraft, like they already have the diamonds, they already have the obsidian. Well, they might have to look for the obsidian. You might have to create it by mixing lava and water.
Sometimes you have to put tools together.
Yeah, and then you would have to make a beacon to mark 9 shafts, or the portal to the end. The end is the...
But babe, listen. Not that that's not important, but I want to just keep it back to something that we can...
I'm going too deep into the Minecraft.
Yes. So I think the general takeaway from what you said to me, and I thought it was really brilliant, is to make that analogy between a difficult situation, a treasure chest. And it's not that the person, or a challenge, and it's not that, or a task, and it's not that the person is not inherently unable or incapable, or that they don't want to.
Oh, that's what I want. They want to open the treasure chest so they can get what they have their ultimate desire, but they don't have the right tools.
So what you have to do is go get the tools. Got it? Okay. Here's another insight that I thought was pretty significant. Was when we were talking about, when I said, okay, sometimes you may be challenged with impulse control, right? Or focus. And you were telling me what were some of the tools that you can use, and what were some of the tools that you were using. I think.
Oh, you mean like focus?
Yeah, you were saying, what were the tools that you can use?
Like, you might excuse yourself to the bathroom and take a 5-minute meditation, or you could talk to yourself and be like, I'm going to go out there, I'm not going to be impulsive, I'm going to be able to be focused, and I'm going to do the work.
Okay, so self-talk.
Or you can take supplements.
Supplements to help your brain. Okay. You can do self-talk. You said the meditation, but what you said before when we were talking, which is what actually triggered me to get the video camera, because I was like, it's just too good, was you said self-awareness. And you said self-awareness would be...
If I was that girl over there.
Like
across
seeing yourself from
Yeah,
the
if
outside.
I was that girl, and
There was
I
a
looked
girl
at,
over there.
and I looked at myself, what would I look like? And then you realize that you look ridiculous. So then you're like, okay,
How can
I
I
need to
align my behavior with the kind of person that I want to be?
you like, I'm trying to be a North Star. I'm not trying to be a shooting star, which is like a shooting star will be like, oh look, there's a star, make a wish,
And then it's gone.
but it's gone.
But what is a North Star?
But a North Star is always there.
It's
Well-
as a leader,
Well,
is consistent. It's shines bright.
I'm sorry. Fun fact: did you know?
No. Listen, I don't need you
It's
to
about
answer.
every star.
Okay, but
Every
wait.
star at one point they blow up and turn into a black hole.
Okay, but for the illustration purposes, is we want to be a North Star and not a shooting star, right? So another thing you said, self-awareness, and this was like where the sauce came in when I said, because I thought that self-awareness was key, because when you're not self-aware, how do you interpret correction? When you're not self-aware, correction feels like, what did you say?
Correction feels
When you're not self-aware, you said correction feels like,
it makes you
correction sounds like
nagging.
nagging. And nagging what?
And then nagging makes you discouraged.
Discouraged. And when you're discouraged, what do you do to correction?
And you either want to not accept correction and keep going, and that makes people not want to be around you, and and then it makes you not want to do it, and you just want to give up.
So, because it goes back to flight or fight, which is our instinct, when it's our nature. So, when we are not self-aware and people are correcting us, it feels like nagging. Nagging makes us feel discouraged. Discouragement makes us feel unloved. Being unloved makes us feel unsafe. And when we feel unsafe, we have a fight or flight response, which is we buck, which is fight, or we disassociate ourselves and we want to quit. I thought that was brilliant. I'm really proud of yourself. I'm really proud of you. So that's all we wanted to do right now, and I'm just gonna pause it. But I just want to say you did a great job. That was really nice, and I appreciate your insight.